Marina Comedy was born in Cordoba in 1986, and she's a filmmaker and scriptwriter. She studied modern literature, and her first film was Silence is a Falling Valley, which is the film that you saw. That was premiered in Holland in the International Documentary Festival. And this film received multiple awards and was screened in more than 50 festivals all over the world. And it's also interesting to note that it became a sort of cult film, and it was also an astonishing public success, audience success. I'd like to see if you can share with us in more detail the sources that compile the footage of the film, which is almost in a large part compound of different footages.
When I found out the story of my father, at the beginning I didn't think about doing a film. It was not my thing. I didn't have any interest on that, and after a while, and also because of my participation in some like activism, I realized that this story had a lot of things in common with multiple stories, with many people's stories. So then I decided that I was going to do something with it, and it was very difficult because my father was not alive. That's the issue with documentaries. When you're talking about someone that is not there, it's like, how do you talk about him or her? Well, as you have noticed, I guess, there are many types of footages. All this material at the beginning had no like sense to me, but then I realized that I was trying to talk about how he or families in general tend to reproduce certain way, that it's a patriarchal way. So on the first hand, I had his friends, but that was not the whole thing. Like, I was also very interested on this building of a family, the dimensions of the secret, like how the family, not my family, but all the families, like, are institutions, so they are crossed by certain rules. And as I was thinking about violence and the lack of liberty and the lack of the possibility of like talking out loud, or like, yes, showing yourself or your desire as you wish, or one of the aims of the film, to show that a father is not just a father, that he's multiple things, and that desire is multiple. So there were many things at the same time. There was like this secret, but there was also a lot of love, and there was also the 90s and neoliberalism. And so I was really interested on his archive, on his shootings, all this VHS material. So we have the second type of material. Then there were some stories that like no one told me directly, but were like very like underneath, like they were the most secret stories, and I was able to build them through many like things people told me, you know. I didn't want one person to tell me those stories, so I did this Super 8 very short scenes, and they are more like free, because like sound goes in a different way than image, and and I had the freedom to do like whatever I wanted a little bit. And well, so this is the third type of material. And then there's this Calas little part where that it's a show that was not recorded by my father. It's also VHS, but that was not recorded by him. But for me, it was very important to show how, at the same time, my father was like showing these family trips and these family meetings and whatever. There was other kind of like show going on that was very secret and that was very underground, and was this Calas performance playback. That's why afterwards I really like this material and this story, so I did the short film playback afterwards. Well, those are the 4 types of materials in the film. We are liars, you know, like when we make a film, we don't have a compromise towards the truth, but towards the message we want to like share.
So let's thank you very much.